music is the vibe, so open up your eyes.
Back using a 4-3-3 type formation, we'll look at some of the barriers to success, how to overcome some of those barriers, offering various different solutions to how the opposition might adapt. So we're looking at it from a modern perspective. So the olden days of playing out in a flat back four and playing out to full backs have not gone per se, but they're certainly not how we want to build out from the back largely. We want to apply attacking principles. So the first thing that we want to do is get our centre backs to split towards the edge of the box and get our full backs to push on to the middle third. Now this gives us far more width. It stretches the opposition. The second benefit to playing your full backs up here is obviously it allows them to join the attack much better. The second benefit of it is if there are man orientated wingers on the opposition, those man orientated wingers may get pushed back, which in turn then may isolate, as I'm demonstrating here in a 4-4-2, two strikers. In doing that, you've then gained numerical superiority of 4 versus 2, and what we've got here with a holding midfielder is a nice diamond, and diamonds and triangles are hugely important for ball retention and to ensure we've got supporting angles all over the pitch. So as you can see, it offers us natural diamonds, triangles all over the pitch. Here, little triangles in here, little triangles in there. Equally, you can force it into a diamond. So 4-3-3 offers the most natural triangles and diamonds on the pitch, which is useful for keeping the ball. Assuming for a second that these players are not mana orientated and they are 100% zonal focused, and you want to be quite aggressive with your fullbacks because that's the kind of quality of player that you've got, there are two other advantages to this. One, you may now have the potential for gaining 2v1 against the opposition's fullback. The second advantage is that it now allows these players the option of coming inside and playing what we call inverted, as inverted wingers. They don't have to, but if these guys are providing maximum width on both sides, then perhaps these guys can come in and start to overload the central areas. You can do the opposite. You can have one slightly more conservative and one more aggressive, so it's more of an asymmetric shape, and perhaps have maximum width with a winger on one side and have a maximum width with a fullback tucking in on the other side. Now initially we're looking at the opposition playing at 4-4-2 in their press. Okay, and what we're going to do is hopefully we've isolated the two strikers to a certain extent, pushing these players back with our fullbacks, moving on into the second line as I would probably refer to it. Now we've got to establish is how high they want to engage us. If they want to engage us really high up here and try and stop us here, then what we might do is just drop slightly down the sides of the box. And again, that's to kind of draw them in, to try and create space in between these areas, create space in here. And of course if they split quite wide, you've got access to your main playmaker straight away down the middle. Now what you'll find is any team with any degree of intelligence won't allow you just to do this. They'll tend to put a player in here and press like this. And so this is where you need to then sort of establish that they're now pressing in a front three, and you need to use your goalkeeper as a result to create the extra player. But what you might want to do now is start using these players here to try and come in towards the gaps. Fill in those little gaps between the front three, because you've got an overload now in this line, and this is why I said that having players move inverted, having aggressive fullbacks, having players move in here can allow you to seriously outnumber. Even if you're forced to go long and don't win the ball, there's a very high percentage chance that you've got the numerical superiority that will allow you to pick up second balls in those areas. But hopefully what you'll probably find is the options. Those little, if you've got a goalkeeper who's got a fantastic distribution, then you're in there. But what we can equally do now as well is we can start to drop down the sides of the box. So now we can really start to bring these people in. If they get stretched in here, the gaps between these players will increase, the passing lanes, and it makes access into these players much easier. What we would now want to do with this player is get them to go into more of this kind of position. Because if the opposition want to press in a front three, and it's a man-orientated press in here, all of a sudden now you can move this player to make easy access. What you've also now achieved is 5 versus 3 if you include the goalkeeper within a build-up shape, and you've got natural supporting triangles down both sides of the pitch. And you've potentially created access for passes straight down the middle. If this person stays here, which is probably what they would do if they're intelligent enough, you've got options either way, and the support then to play out either side. Numerical superiority in the middle, and the option then to get onto the flank. So that's the end of part 1. Just to summarise, what we've really looked at is how to build up from the back in the 4-3-3, create the right shapes first of all, apply attacking principles, how to create width, how to perhaps create certain overloads. We've looked at examples against a 4-4-2 that transitions sometimes into a more 4-3-3 formation, and how we might provide solutions and overloads in those scenarios. In the second part of this video, I'm going to look at how we might build up play against different styles. Teams that drop off, teams that press high, 4-3-3, all those kind of scenarios. If you want to leave comments in the feedback section, what you'd like to see in the next set of videos, any problems you've encountered when playing out from the back, and how I might be able to address those and offer you some ideas, then please do so. But what I'm also going to do is look at real life examples so you can see for yourself how it looks. And finally, in part 3, I'm actually going to deliver some coaching sessions so that you can see yourself how to go coaching a step-by-step process for delivering on playing out from the back. Please subscribe, share this video, get the information out there. It does help me grow the channel, and then obviously that encourages me to produce more videos. Thank you for watching.